Indeed, greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you so much for joining me again on another video, another live stream, another moment. I appreciate you sharing this time and this space with me. I hope you're doing well, friend. I hope you're doing well. Do feel free to let me know how you're doing. I'm here to listen. We're here to share. Ooh, man. You know how you can sometimes think something that feels like a revelation, right? And then if you really verbalize it, it kind of loses its illustrious nature, if you will, right? And I was just thinking about these streams and what they are, at least what they symbolize to me. And I came to a simple conclusion as this is my expression of love. Just as I say that as well, when it rains it pours, sprinkle some love on the stream. Thank you, my friend. This is my expression of love. You know, we all express love in different ways. We think of love in different ways. Love is something that's difficult to quantify, something difficult to measure. You know, oh yes, on day this Meltmore gave this much love, and on that day didn't give as much love. But I feel just the giving, just the showing up, just the continuous effort towards, that is in itself the expression of love. Because we're only creating from that source, only, like ever creating from that source. And no matter what it is we choose to do, we're utilizing that source. Becoming aware of that. I am calm today. I was frustrated parent yesterday. It happens. It does happen, my friend. You want to tell us what you were frustrated about? Do feel free to share with us. I mean, there's always something for me to learn in your lessons, right? If you can share like, oh yeah, I was frustrated for this reason, kids were up to this shenanigans, and then I realized this, and as a result of this realization, I calmed myself, right? That is just me trying to package up life lessons. Please, if you would be willing to. SDN afternoon. Hey Melt fam. It's nice to have you here, Lisa. Thank you for joining us again, my friend. Candace, Infamous One, and First Aid. It's so nice to have you here. Good morning from California, friends. Good morning to all. Good afternoon from South Africa to you, my friend. Expressions of love. Let's say something worth saying, if we will. Your self is what God created. So choose to express love in each moment. Ooh, this one is. I feel this is the one. This one especially. The kingdom of heaven is within you. It is the very power of choice. Ooh, that makes me feel something. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. But damn. Yeah. So today is day 207, and I wanted to rhyme something with heaven, and I was like, you've already done that twice, so stop. So I was like, fine, I won't. And then the thing we're saying kind of homages to that. The kingdom of heaven is within you. It is the very power of your choice. That feels good. I've been thinking about equality, as of late. And what equality means and how it's quantified and how you can imagine yourself to be unequal, like in a place of arrogance / egotisticalness, or think of yourself as lower, in a state of depression or in a state of unworthiness, if you will. And then there's that equality within it, in which technically everything was created. There might be a difference in higher and lower vibrational energy, and the things that vibrate at those levels will, as a result, feel into that same energy, that equal energy, differently. But at the very fundamental source of it, it is all equal. We've all been created equally. I am just as necessary and as essential as that chicken is to this world as well. All of it is equal. You seem pretty cool. Thank you, Cheesy Jamer. I appreciate you saying that, friend. Love to you. Having hang drum music in the background, melt in the front, life is good. Hand drum. I'm trying to now imagine what the variation or the beat must be in your background so I can try and implement it in my mind's background so I can like co-create from that place. For some reason, and this is something I've been considering as well, like playing music over these streams, or at least playing music for myself. And I was like thinking, nah, it creates an extra layer of information that I have to process. Is this a Christian group? No, my friend, not necessarily. I mean, we accept Christians as well, but I don't identify as a Christian myself. I would identify as a child of God, if you will, right? As we all are, as the trees are, as the very little ants are that walk around us as well, are also children of God, but not necessarily a Christian belief system. No. Hey, Ted9er, it's nice to have you here as well, my friend. My son was giving a poor attitude and wanted everyone to hear his negative opinion. It is a hard balance from giving validation to children's voices and getting them to understand that their words have impact. So, I want to dig even deeper when it rains, it pours. What is it that he was trying to, communicate about in a negative way? Was it something that he was, bringing from a place of maleficence, right? Like he knew that his opinion, his thing worth sharing, at least in his opinion, was something that was negative in nature? Or was it more a call to awareness to this negative thing? Not necessarily, I'm sharing this negative thing so you can feel bad about it, but more, I'm sharing this negative thing so that we can feel about it instead, right? So that we can understand these feelings, so that we can talk about this subject matter. If you're willing to share when it rains. I know I'm probing now. I'm sorry. Hey, Toasty. It's nice to have you here, my friend. And I'm also very thankful that you are trying to get them to understand. Also, how old is your son? If you'd be willing to teach me. Tell me, sorry. Exactly, making good life choices because you want to do good. You're so dirty. You're too dirty for me to want you on me. Like, look at her. She's a dusty girl. Like, you're a dusty girl. Too dusty, girl. Oh, okay. Steals my slipper. My flip-flop. Fortunately, not that much of it has been stolen, at least. It's in walking distance still. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Exactly. And that is actually something that, now I feel like I'm contradicting myself, but Jesus actually said that in his teachings as well. And even though I'm not a Christian and I don't accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior, I can still listen to his teachings and learn from that, right? Because I believe it, at least in my personal opinion, that God or Jesus was, the Son of God, but not anymore, right? There's no inequality in that either. This deification of a single being, I believe, is it's like an easy way out, if you will, because instead of it being this pursuit, this work, this intention / extension of yourself to be in the way, like to live as Jesus lived, for example, it is this: if you accept this thing, or if you say this string of words, you'll earn that which you would have earned if you lived in the way that Jesus lived, if that makes any sense. No one should need a rule book on how to treat others. It's just treat others as you want others to treat you. Do unto others as you want done to you. That is if that rule just properly resonates with people and it becomes something that we can accept universally, then definitely. I believe that is literally the only rule we really have to understand. Are you winning? You're winning against that flip-flop, you are. Yeah, I see. This is because I refuse to let her sit on my lap because she's dirty. this is the punishment I receive. Are you that angry? Really? Oh, I love her so much. Let me get this thing situated again. I'm sorry for the awkward angles. Okay. I think we should be back. Man, it's been a cold few days here in South Africa, actually. You done? No, she has something else in her mouth now. And hello, Toasty. Thank you for joining us again, my friend. How have you been, dude? Man, Toasty shared something with us in the Let It Out tab, if you will. We have a tab on the Discord server that is specifically made for the more sensitive stuff, if you will, right? Sharing the stuff that is sometimes difficult to share, or sometimes you feel you don't have a place to share. That's a place to let it out. And seeing the amount of receptivity in that place and how much love there's being shared in that space. Toasty shared, well, two things, you know. One, you're dirty. One, a conversation between him and his wife about how the kids that we have might be the last children that actually get to live in an inhabitable world, right? A world that we're actually capable of going outside and breathing the air and standing in the beams of the sun, right? By the year 2100, we might not be able to do that anymore. And then he shared this experience where he tried to help a homeless man who was like walking barefoot down the street with a dirty blanket around his like body, and the dirty blanket that he had was like a Walt Disney sort of, you know, capitalism 101 blanket, if you will. And he tried to help him, but this man was already so defeated that he wasn't willing to accept help in that moment. And it was a choice for him to make, you know. It was a choice for both of them to make. It was a choice for Toasty to go out of his way to try and help that person. And it was a choice for that person to not accept that help. So, like, who am I to say that that person is better off or worse off for the decisions that they've made when it's their decisions that they've made for themselves? Even though he might not have, you know, directly been able to help, even though Toasty wanted to help, by him reaching out, by him just showing that person that I am here for you, I do want to help you, you know, even if he doesn't want that to happen, inevitably his perception is going to be shifted of the people around him, because eventually there's going to just be this stacking evidence that obviously you are loved. Just look at how much love is reaching out to you. He's fail. He's a fail, Bouvier. He's the fail. Like, I don't know. Do I know why? No, I don't. So I know that like some animals roll in the dust because it's kind of good for their skin. But our dogs, like specifically Kiki and Eva, they go and they play in this little dusty area, or like this garage area where there's only gravel and sand. And then they like play there and they'll roll in the sand, and Eva will be like on top of her, like pinning her down into the ground and like dragging her around. She just gets so dirty, and like it's not too bad for me, like that I'll get dirty, but the dust like kind of gets aerosolized, and I'm not particularly a fan of dust. Breathing it into my lungs and such. King of Heavens within you, absolutely. No one should need a rule book of how to treat everyone. Oh, yeah, that's the point I was trying to get at, about the, you know, treating people like you would want to be treated. So Toasty in that moment treated that person the way he wanted to be treated, and he treated Toasty the way he wanted to be treated, right? So energetically there has still been the exact same things used, right? Like Toasty treated this person the way he wanted to be treated, and that person treated Toasty the way that person wanted to be treated as well. And like there's a stark difference in lives as well. If you don't want to accept help, if you don't want to accept that people want to help you or love you or accept you for the way that you are, or you don't even want to do that for others, how can you possibly expect to, right? Hey Gov, thank you for being here with us, my friend. It's nice to have you. Uh, what was the lesson attempt yesterday? I'm also curious. This is not a Christian group, not necessarily. It was my daughter's birthday yesterday. I missed the stream. Don't worry about it at all, Lisa. No worries at all. I hope that your daughter's birthday was absolutely amazing. So, hippies. Yeah, I guess. I mean, like, why is there such a big stigma against hippies? You know, what is it that people so disdain? Is it the concern for hygiene, which is something that's not really founded? He's fail. He's fail, you geeky. He's fail. She doesn't want to accept my nose. She's like, no, give me a place to sit. No, you're going to aerosolize all of that dust you have on you. It's already happening. He's fail. We like bathe her every night because of it as well. It just gets so freaking dirty. She's not having it. She's like working her way up. She doesn't ever get said no to. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even think she knows. But I don't think she knows what nose means. Nia Kiki. Or at least she doesn't care. She doesn't listen at all. Oh, I meant with the dilemma with my son. I hear you. Like, do feel free to tell us more about it as well. Yeah, we hippies. There we go. Thank you. I'll have to watch it when it rains. Yes, first become one of us. Yeah, there we go. You're gonna become one of us, my friend. Peace, love, and dog hair, y'all. Peace, love, and dog hair. I don't mind dog hair either, and I've mentioned this as well. Like I've come to accept the fact that there's going to be dog hair on my being for this entire rest of the year. But the dust and breathing the dust that she has on her body, that's not okay. Kiki, Kiki, as a belief. Like she's gotten so used to the fact that while I'm talking like this, she's just gonna come and sit on my lap, and I've never denied her access, if you will, and now she's like, what? I can't come and sit on your lap. Have you breathed all the dust I have accumulated all day? Huh? I did it for you. I did. All of this dust collected just for you so that you can breathe it. And now you don't want to? You scoundrel, you charlatan. Yeah, Kiki. Yeah. Oh. Like for me it's a weird thing as well. Like when we just moved to the farm, I had like extreme allergies to all of the dust that was around, and like I would have hay fever for weeks at a time. It doesn't get that bad anymore, but I still have some remnants of it. Tate, it's so nice to have you here, my friend. I've been collecting all of the photos that you've been asking for. Thank you so much for that list that you sent me. We have taught our girls that the word can't is a bad word. Can't is a bad word. I mean, in the context of, limiting yourself, I do absolutely agree with that. Have hugs with us and good vibes. Oh yes, good morning, beautiful humans. Have a fantastic day. You deserve it. Thank you so much, Tate. You deserve it as well, my beautiful friend. Even in my most religious days, I couldn't bring myself to call myself a Christian. I have a hard time identifying with a man-made sect. Yeah, and the thing is as well, people have this genuine superiority complex attached to that label. And that is something that's so backwards as well. Like if you genuinely believe in the religion you're repping, that's not the way it's supposed to work. My personal experience with Christians, and I still live with Christians, and I grew up as a Christian, is this very real sense of like you are this, flawed, horrible, sinning, scum of the earth being, and this thing is what is going to allow you to not be that or to be saved from that. And in that way, it kind of like gives people the power to extend that, instead of it being like a one-on-one connection with your God of choice and realizing your insignificance in the scope, in the spectrum of the God of choice, which I also don't believe, like the fact that we are here and the way we are. Nenia, Uh-uh. Uh-uh-uh. It's the fail. Like, she's just so dirty. Like, can let me show you how dirty she is. Do you see that? You're too dirty. You're too dirty. You have like a kg worth of dust embedded in your hair. I'm pretty sure you friends can see that. It's still in the air. mm. We do it for the stream. We do it for the stream. Wow, the dust. Yeah, now you got to see it as well, Candace. Like, I'm not making it up. I'm being serious about the dust. Uh, so much poof of the of that pup. Like, even those two, like, just mild brushes, like, probably aerosolized, like a half of the kilogram she had on her. And like this one time, me trying to clean her, I actually took some pressurized air and blew all of the dust out of her. It looked like she was like a dirty couch or something. The little hind legs kicking and the dust flew. We were all cleaning the house, and he did not want to participate with the chores being done. He is 8 and didn't want the alternative swap out, so he was asked to stay in his room while we cleaned. We came out to complain about the unfairness of cleaning a mess that wasn't solely his. Whew. Okay. Yeah. Man. I mean, that's a very important lesson to learn really quickly on as well. And I do believe in the way that you're handling it. You're trying to make him aware of this lesson, because imagine just looking at the world as it is right now, the amount of negativity we see, the amount of fear mongering, the amount of just sheer chaos that is we're generally bombarded with in our day-to-day lives on social media, and then people being like, oh well, it's not our mess. It's not our mess, that. Well, what does it help to clean it up? We might as well put some more bullshit on it. Throw some more hate at it. Get a little bit more angry about it. Be a little bit more scared about it, right? And that's what's happening with humanity right now. That's at least the state of consciousness that I'm witnessing. I want to set an intention for this water. Non-conformity. Strange, the fact that choosing love is something that's non-conformist these days. What? Yeah, but I think it will be something he'll be very much aware of as he moves into this world as well. And I think you're doing a good job of trying to teach him that lesson. Thank you for sharing with me as well when it rains, and for co-creating with me in this moment, inspiring me to feel things. Gods are in our mind. We just don't know how big our mind is. Oh yes. Oh yes. I believe, the inner scope of our mind can be just as vast as the outer scope that we perceive as the universe. That's why when you ever feel like you need something, start by journeying inwards. Can't go anywhere. Can't be anywhere. Can't escape from anywhere to anywhere if you're unwilling to accept yourself first. Head within first. She's winning Dad against the evil flip-flop. She is. She's won. She's defeated it. She's now gone to, I think, her little bed. She has a little bed of her own as well, inside, where it's nice and hot. So she doesn't need somewhere to sit, but she's just become used to it. Now I'm curious about tomorrow. Let's see if she's going to be angry at me tomorrow. And it's going to be like, oh yeah, bitch. You don't want to let me sit with you? Sit on your own. I love that. These are some adults in my life that I'm trying to influence this as well. I think it's a good thing to do, Jovan, and thank you for being here with me. People, the no and the can't mindsets. That is what messes people up with psychedelic experiences, messes people up with, job opportunities / life opportunities. It was mess people up just in life in general. This unwillingness to accept things for what they are, and to try, to try whatever it is you may want to try different things as well, to say yes to things. If you have like friends that want to go out with you and you just say no instead. Oh, you want to try reading this new book? You say no instead. You want to try and watch this documentary, it's helped me a lot, and you say no instead. You're limiting yourself to how much it is you can actually help yourself. And it's something we all do. Something that I find myself doing a lot of the time as well. And then when I find myself I do it, I'm like, dude, why are you saying no? Stop. Stop saying no. My mom forbid the word can't growing up. How did it turn out for you, my friend? I definitely think it's an empowering thing. Jesus was a Buddhist. That's hilarious. I'm not exactly sure about that. But maybe he had Buddha nature in him. I think that might be what you're trying to get at. My girls say can't, and they get the emotionless stare, and then they change their wording. Yeah, oh, I can't do this, and you're like, oh, I don't want to do it. That sounds a little bit better. Why don't you want to do it? Because it's not fun to do. Okay, well, how much fun things did you get to do? Oh, this much fun things. Okay, so how much not fun do you think this is gonna be, and how long do you think you're gonna have to do it for? You can rationalize with kids, that's the way I rationalize with myself sometimes. The golden rule. It's a great one, absolutely. Toasty, Ro, Candace, Gav, and homies. It's nice to have you here, Jovan. It is the golden rule to do unto others as you want done unto yourself. It's, oh man, it's so universal. So universal. And interestingly enough, with the recognition of ourselves and our lives as spiritual in nature, you kind of see that happening as well, almost as an automatic thing. I tell my 8 and 6-year-old, if you can't, you won't. If you say you can, you will. I like that one as well, infamous one. For me, it's if you can see it in your head, you can hold it in your hands. And sometimes I see some absurd things in my head, so I'm like, damn, is that even possible? I'm like, well, you've seen it, now it has to be. You just have to make it that way. I know the stairwell. Oh yes, I know the stairwell as well. I've had that stair many a times in my life. You are talking about Tomorrowland? Not exactly, my friend. Such kind soul. My girls say, yes ma'am. Also, which is the nice oldest which is nice. Oldest being 7, and they say, yes ma'am. I'm not sure how I feel about that, Candace. Not in a judgmental way. Like I think the contrast of that is sir, right? So do they say sir to your husband? Like sometimes when I watch like American films and I see the son talking to his dad and is like, yes sir, no sir. That feels so impersonal to me, and again, as a way of separating yourself from your child. So I'm not saying that's what's happening, of course, Candace. Ma'am. It's almost like mom though, so I guess that's fine. Lamar. Got a lot of yes ma'ams this weekend. It's natural sunscreen. The dust? Yeah, I guess, but she doesn't necessarily need that much sunscreen. I actually hate when my kids say ma'am to me because it seems so impersonal. Yeah, they say it only to others they have no personal connection with, and that's just my opinion. I feel the same way, Lisa. But that is, I mean, our interpretation of the word ma'am, right? Because of the way that we've used it and the way that we understand the use of that word. That's what it means to us. But if you growing up feel like that's the thing you say or identify with as your mom, then maybe it doesn't have that impersonalization to it. But then again, then saying ma'am to another person, maybe that is going to be some sort of psychological loop that you can get yourself caught in. Nap Queen, it's nice to have you here, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Hey Lane, it's nice to have you as well. There we go. So many greetings. There's just something special when Toasty, Lane, Giovanna are in the house with us all sharing this loving space. I feel the exact same way. I was thinking that as well. Lisa was like, "Oh yes, so many like beautiful friends co-creating with me. It makes me so happy. It makes me feel warm." I get the Kiki Dilemma too. We brought home an 8-month-old mixed lab a few weeks ago, and it's an interesting challenge. Yeah, like the thing is as well, I'm a little bit of a clean freak, just a little bit, not that much, not like hysterical, but I do enjoy staying relatively clean. When it comes to my nails, like I had my nails growing for a while because I wanted to pick with them, and then I couldn't continue to do that because they would get dirty too fast. Stuff like that where I'm like, nope, I tried it, can't do it. Like you'll see my thumbs are a little bit longer than normal thumbnails are, so I can play the kalimba, and even that is too much for me sometimes. So it's so stupid as well, and I know that because technically I am just animated dirt. If you look at the composition that is my body, I'm made of mostly dirt and water, and I'm part of this planet, so there shouldn't necessarily be any obsession with it, but nah, nah, I don't know. Why don't I like not why do I like being clean? Why don't I like being dirty? What is it? What is it about our is it maybe it's understanding of hygiene? I feel toasty typing already. Maybe that's what it is. Good hygiene can ensure you live a longer life, so there's a evolutionary advantage for you to stay clean. Especially keep your hands clean so that when you eat you don't transfer copious amounts of pathogens. You'll still transfer some bacteria and pathogens, but quantity, it's a numbers game. How can I share memes with you guys? You can join our Discord first aid. This is getting better when they are at 2, when it rains, pours. Have patience with the pop. Absolutely, Discord first aid. Yep. That's the way. I have dank memes, wholesome memes, and normal memes. What do you want? I'm down for all memes, friend. I don't shy away from anything. If it can make me feel something, then so be it. Share memes. There we go. Thank you so much, friends. Geez, your dog is like a book found in an attic. Yeah, now you got to see the dust, dude. It's devastating. Like I don't even know how you manage to get yourself that dirty. Like I like to jokingly say, it's like someone took her by her feet, hold her down by her tummy, and like dragged her through the dirt to try and like stuff as much dust between her hair as possible. Maybe Eva does that to her, but I don't know. How does she get that dusty? Like, it's basically what happens. So there is like a big open area here where nothing grows because a bunch of cars are always driving there, and it's like this red sand, if you will, red sand that kind of gets compressed, and there's like layers of it that kind of like gets loose, and it's just super dusty, super fun. Like I'm getting constipated. Is it constipated? Like congested, even just thinking about it. And then they play there, and Eva does this thing where she like hooks her little legs around Kiki and then pushes her to the ground, and then like bites at her, not hurting her, but just like playfully bites at her. And it's like this dragging of Kiki through the dirt constantly. And Eva doesn't get affected by it. She's naked, right? She doesn't get that dusty, but Kiki just gets wrecked. Uh, do you work during the day? Not what you would consider work, friend, but I do consider so. I do think so, yeah. I spend most of my time, cramming information into my brain. I feel like I'm constantly in a state of study, and it can be kind of exhausting sometimes because I'll be like, okay, I need to learn things, and then I'll be learning things, and then I feel like, okay, I want to like take a break from doing that, and then I'll try and take a break, and I'll be like, okay, I'm taking a break, but I want to watch this break at like 1.5 speed, and I still feel anxious slash I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing in taking this break. So I'm trying to find some balance, friend. I'm so flattered. I loves you. I loves you too, Siobhan, so much, my friend. He's working right now. Thank you, Thad and Niner. Why can't I hear anything? There's a button down here, my friend. Thank you so much, Siobhan. I thought you just typed I loves Jews. I mean, we love the Jews as well, right? There's no one, no ethnicity, no color, no sex, no identification that we do not lerbs. So that works as well. Fixed now. I'm so sad. Walt, tell us about it, my friend. Really, like actually, like tell us about why you're sad. Tell us how you've been feeling. Tell us why it is you're feeling sad. Tell us what you've been trying to do about your sadness. Tell us if you've been trying to reach out to family members, immediate ones, ones that are far away. Tell us if you've been talking to close colleagues. Tell us how you've been taking care of yourself. Have you taken a hot bath or a nice shower where you like put some oil in your hair or your skin, where you put some cucumbers on your eyes. Just take care of yourself a little bit. Tell us everything, friend. We're here to feel with you. Um, mm, mm. Juice included, but not limited to. Yes, there we go, Javad. Absolutely. Don't you love it when our pan just kind of automatically mutes a stream? That's like the one thing it does. Unfortunately, unequivocally, mutes every single person's stream. And I wonder how many RPAN watchers, potential watchers, let's say, has been lost just because of that. Where people click on the stream, don't have any audio, click off the stream, and that then becomes like okay, I tried it, now I'm not gonna try it again. Damn it, RPAN. Damn it! Fix your freaking. I'm okay. It's just funny to me sometimes. And I genuinely think that RPAN is now a little bit more stable again. It's getting a little bit better. But there's not a lot of streaming platforms, if you will, that gets worse over time. It's been the consensus that technology gets better. Just wish there was a little bit more work put into it. Well, hypnosis is a thing. That is true. Hypnosis is a thing. Nap. Mine has been horrible lately. Same infamous. Let's keep coming. Buffering. Like my feed keeps buffering. Oh man, I was just talking about the RPAN being bad. Like, why I said it's been better for me is it used to have this buffering thing as well, where like every 6 seconds or so it buffered for a bit, and then it will be even more behind on my side watching the stream than it is on the other side of the stream. And then it hasn't been like that for a while now. So I was like, oh, thank goodness RPAN is, or Reddit is upgrading their servers a little bit. It's a $6 billion company! $6 billion! You have $6 billion company and you can't, spend some money on your infrastructure and on proper teams for, for some of the stuff. Same information. One woman died of COVID, leaving her 7 and 9-year-old daughters. And I'm so heartbroken to hear that. That is something that's heartbreaking, my friend. But is it something you need to take responsibility for? Is this something you can do about it now? Is in knowing about it and understanding it and feeling into it something that you can learn from? When I think about stuff like that, I just, try and make myself aware that even these horrible things, these painful experiences, cannot squeeze from us the great gift that is our awareness. Nothing can. Even in the most painful experiences, you'll still be aware. I'm watching the geese and these weird long-legged birds that have been living on our lawn as of late. I really like them. I just don't know what they are. I showed you yesterday, day before yesterday. No, yesterday. Yesterday I showed you a little bit of a close-up on the YouTube video because I could zoom. It wasn't a good close-up, but We don't have the technology yet for me to just share my feed with you. I'm 13. I'm just cause I don't have anything to do. Well, friend, I mean, you have a lot to do. You're 13, man. Like you're literally living in the age where there has been more for a 13-year-old to do than any other 13-year-old has conceivably been able to do before you. You know, read a book, dude. Read a lot of books. You literally have access to all the books on this small little device that you call your cell phone. And constantly dropping my audio. I'm getting triggered. Comments on my end. Also, I don't see some he reads. I've had that happen to me as well, Infamous One. Actually, on Sinsane stream today, I couldn't see other friends' comments until I went out and then back in again. This is upsetting. I hope her daughter's all right, Worlds. I hope so as well. Forclow's read it and reopened the stream. That happens and helps sometimes. I think that he's just a little behind my the comments. I am a little bit behind. I'm trying to catch up a little bit. I was going to scroll to find where he is, but I decided not to. Thank you, Nap Queen. But now you know I'm a while behind. Works 40% of the time, every time. That is true. 40% of the time it works every time, you know, and for that 40% of the time that it works, I am grateful. Like in the scale of the world, Arpan is literally unknown still. Like people don't even think Arpan is a thing. And you know, like I really kind of became aware of that when who was it? Harris Heller. He's the like YouTuber that kind of gives streaming advice, if you will. Streaming advice and gear advice and stuff like that to people, gear reviews. And he was like talking about these smaller streaming services, you know, other than YouTube and Twitch and Facebook, and how, and he was talking about these smaller ones and how they were doomed to fail. And he did not even, you know, for a second mention Arpan. Like Arpan wasn't even something that existed in his mind, I think. And it's literally his job to teach people how to stream and to know about streaming platforms. So I wonder just how unknown Arpan is, and for that reason, how unimportant it is to Reddit right now. Sensei is here as well, my dude. Thank you for joining us. Just before my last comment right now. What's up, Sai? Goedemorgen. Goedemorgen vir jou ook, my friend. Dankie. Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Hey, Christine. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate the Truman Show references, Simon. And good night. Oh, good morning and good night. I get it. Great vibes. I'd share a pint and a conversation with you anytime. Hopefully one day we will, the dude. That's what we're manifesting right now, friend. You have put a ticket into the universe. It's being processed. This universe is a very powerful machine, very complex computer. Some things take longer to process, to execute than others. But you have put a query into the universe. Maybe it doesn't even happen in this life. Maybe it happens in the next life. Maybe it happens when we're different beings. Maybe it happens when we're ascended. Who knows? But you have punched your ticket, my friend. Thank you for joining me on this ride. I want to nap myself. I'm so tired. Did you get wrecked by your dancing today, man? Maybe it's just reading Nap Queen name, which makes me sleepy. The Nap Queen. The Queen of Naps. Yes, I have the power. Man, just imagine that. You're actually like a nap queen, and then your entire like kingdom kind of eventually falls apart because people just take like 3 naps in a day. Maybe they don't have to sleep as much in the night, so they still kind of make up for it. But people are just like sleeping 17 hours a day every day. And the kingdom is just like, it still progresses, but just at 30% of the speed that other civilizations progress. Meltmore, Ebony Stars, nice to have you here, my friend. Thank you for joining us again. I just woke up and I still want to take a nap. How are you today? I'm doing well, my friend. I'm doing really well. Thank you for the wholesome lane. I appreciate that. What's shaking? Nothing much, bacon. How about you? There's someone in the back. Oh no, Jerry. There's probably a lot of people at the back, you know, thinking on on the scale of the world, if I was to extrapolate all of the people that could potentially be behind me, even going around the curve of the earth, there are probably millions of people behind me right now. Can someone give me the Discord link? You've been given the Discord link, and you can also just click on my profile, friend. You'll be able to find it there, one of the top pinned ones. Unfortunately, can't stay today, Chichi. It's okay, but wanted to wish Melt and everyone who reads this to have a lovely day. Love you, all friends. Thank you so much, Chichi. Sending you love as well. I'm clicking on the link and it doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't really work on mobile that well. First aid. You'll like it, the mobile link. If you want a mobile link, clicking on the profile and then it opening this little box, right? And then clicking on my name after clicking on said box, it's gonna take you to my profile, and then from there you can click on the Discord link and you can join us. My cat just came to cuddle. That's sweet of you, Chichi. Thank you, friend. Thank you for sharing with me your happiness of cuddles as well. Especially if your cat doesn't necessarily like cuddles. Like our cat doesn't cuddle, not necessarily. Our cat more screams at us to give him milk, but he looks very cute in doing it. So we love him, and he catches mice. If you're on the mobile app, you might need to enter it manually. Oh, that's gonna be a yikes. But clicking on the profile, you can do on mobile. That's so sweet. It's good to see you. There we go. Just work, boo. Yay, but boo. It's okay, friend. I mean, as you said, yay, but boo. At least you have work, friend. At least you have work. It's a lot of people that can't say that right now. Eating napkin. This is an important part of my day today. Thank you, friend. I thought it was my cat, but it turned around to look and it was the Hub's cat. Okay, so you both have a cat of your own. Do the cats act or behave in ways that would be indicative of ownership between you or the other? Like husband's cat likes the husband more, my cat likes me more, sort of thing. I'm wondering now. I must get going, friends. I have some music duties to do before I go to work. Gotta do the work I love, then go to the work I get paid for. Yeah. Oh, I gotta do the work I love, then go do the work I get paid for. Sorry for butchering it as well. Thank you for being here with us, Lane. Thank you for being such a machine, dude. Man, you're gonna be a good artist, man. You have everything it's going to require of you. You can already see it. Makes me excited. Getting to know Lane before he's a metal artist. I look forward to going to one of his shows as well. Just being the flower hippie. Puts flowers in the metalhead's hair. And then like dude being like, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, put this in your hair, don't worry about it. Damn you, Arpan. No, love to Arpan as well. Have a beautiful day, Lane. There we go. I love the something went wrong constantly as I'm trying to comment. Oh, that one hurts me as well. Infamous one, where you're like pressing the button and then it gives you a notification. You're pressing the button again and again and again, and sometimes you send it twice, and sometimes it doesn't send at all, and sometimes it like feels like it's a chat gap. Like since you've sent a message before, now you have to wait a certain period of time, and none of it is something we can control or influence as creators, as streamers either at the moment. Yes, freaking cross all of the fingers and my arms. Yeah, so much crossiness that I'm sure it's gonna happen quick. Also good to see you. I have to press send like 4 times just to comment. It's happening for you as well. I'm so sorry. $6 bill, not $1 on Arpan, but patience is a virtue. Yeah, I'm sure it'll do something. I'm sure as well, dude. Like the thing is, Reddit has been very conservative with their spending on everything on their platform, right? Like as big as Reddit is, as a social media platform, it's still kind of whack with its like video processing, and like loading videos on RPAN can sometimes be a nightmare because of like server issues, or like GIFs can be a nightmare as well. Posting something can be a nightmare. So it's like they're only like, yeah, I guess, it's absolute last second before our servers completely fail. I guess we'll, you know, install some more infrastructure. If you have that much cash as a company and as a social media company, and I honestly believe that Reddit is going to become the dominating social media company as people awaken to the fact that they don't want to have everything catered to an algorithm that enrages them, right? The Facebook algorithm, the Twitter algorithm, I'm not sure so much about Instagram algorithm, but these algorithms, at least Twitter and Facebook's, want you to engage. So if you're angry about something, you're more likely to engage, because it's easy for us to be like, oh, that's nice, and move on. But it's also more likely for us to be like, how dare this person, I'm gonna say my bit. And that's what they want you to do if you're being algorithm oriented, right, if you will. So by being able to choose for yourself what it is you want to see, you're taking, at least in my opinion, divinity back for yourself. Like, no, I'm not going to just be another statistic that this machine wants me to engage with. I'm going to be an individual and choose what I engage with. Is this Discord called The Lounge? No, it's not, my friend. The Lounge is someone else's. I think Nelson may have The Lounge. Good morning from California. How's the book coming along? I want to read it. Oh, Christy, you're adding so much pressure on me, my friend. I think the book is still going to be a while in the making. I feel at the moment I'm definitely in a researching phase when it comes to some of the beliefs that I want to put into that book. Like I feel when I started to write this book, I was still in China. Then when I landed in South Africa, then this year started. Then this journey that we've been on has been going on. Like there have been like 5 different people in the last 9 months. Like still at the core we are what we are, but the way that I've perceived and the way that I've thought about things and the way that I've considered the value of things have definitely shifted. And as a result of that, my writing is going to have to shift as well. And that's something I'm like dreading a lot as well. It's going to be a lot of the stuff I've written that I'm going to have to rewrite because I've formed new understandings of them. But that's part of the process. Thank you for being here with me, Christy. Like, I look forward to sharing it with you when it is available to read. You are all amazing and have made my life better with your positivity. And you ours, Chuchi. Right here, right now, in this moment. Thank you so much, my friend. That burb in the close-up was like, I've been seen, gotta go fast. It was like that. I was like, I was gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna show you. And then I would kind of jinx it for myself as well. Like, it's probably not a good idea. And then, like, as I was pointing, he was like starting to jet. It's like, no, get out. Run! We're gonna be identified. The freaking government drones. The Discord is called Melt More. Melt More and More, actually. That a niner. But yeah, Melt More and more. And more and more. More and more, right? It's a feeling. It isn't necessarily an individual. And there's still going to be a lot. Like, I'm wondering about that as well, because I do have ideas for a business that is going to be at service of people. And I think I would want to call it the same thing. But that's going to be information for a later time. I'm not going to share too much about that at the moment. Not because I don't want to share with you friends. I desperately want to share with you friends, but more because it's in development at the moment. Still a lot of things have to happen. Nate is here. Greetings, Soul. Haven't been very active lately, but I am still here. Life is busy, but good. My friend, you don't have to apologize for anything. I know and I believe that if you're not here sharing in this love with us, then you're somewhere out there sharing in love with yourself, or with the people that you have around you. And as long as love is being shared, and as long as I believe love is being shared, like there's only love coming your way, my friend. Thank you for joining us again, Nate. First, I have a computer, PS4, phone, and virtual reality headset. Read a book, dude. If you don't find enough satisfaction in that stuff, I know it's difficult for you 13-year-olds to read books, but reading is good for you, man. I can vouch for reading. Books were my friends as a kid. Unfortunately, that's not even a lie. I'm kind of saying it ironically, but books definitely were the only company that I had for like 7 years of my life. Yeah, basically. And yeah, they did a lot. I got taught a lot. Hey, thank you for being here with us, Magpies. I appreciate you joining us. How have you been? Just found a small, tiny snail in my shiitake mushroom, and I wanted to let it outside, but then it started to Google having a snail as a pet. Okay, I mean you can, you definitely can. I mean they don't have that complex of nutritional expectations, and keeping it in a cage just has to be something that can be sealed. You can't technically do it in like a piece of Tupperware if you need to. Maybe. I look forward to seeing your pet snail. This is a safe spot for you, first aid, for sure. No haters here or personal attacks. Absolutely not. If you go to Mel's profile, there's a link. Thank you as well, my friend. Love the vibes. And I love you, the 100. Thank you for joining us here. Personal attacks are for impersonal quacks. Personal attacks is when you have no ground to stand on a logical slash intellectual level, and you result to attacking character or person, instead. Because instead of you being like, oh, I know I disagree with this, and this, because, this disagreement, I believe, is going to be something that might benefit you if I educate you, if I enlighten you with the sharing of my idea. That is a good reason to disagree with someone, good reason to critique someone. But if you're being like, no, you're wrong, and the reason you're wrong is because you're a stinky poopy butthole, that's just me trying to like be a little bit comical with it as well. Then what's the point? You're not contributing to the conversation. You're not changing any opinions. All you're doing is just painting a very clear picture of your state of understanding of things, your state of existence. And that's the sad part about it, is it's like a fingerprint of yourself. The things you choose to say, things you choose to do, the way you choose to live your life is like your fingerprint that you're going to leave on your life at the end of the day. Someone give me physical energy. I didn't sleep well. My kiddos are awake and ready to run a zillion miles. Whew. Like, when I think about energy or like being extremely tired, I think about meditation as well. Like, I'm thinking specifically about a Sunday that I had to work, and I got invited to go out on a Saturday night with my friends. Went out on the Saturday night, came back like 4 a.m., went home, got home about like 4:30, literally sat and meditated until like 5 a.m., went and showered, like left by 6 a.m. so I can be at site at 7 a.m. And goodness, like if it wasn't for, like, I also viciously over caffeinated myself. I have to add that. I meditated, but I knew that if I went to sleep, if I laid down and I went to sleep, I was not going to be up. So I like popped these USN hydro cut like caffeine pills, and I know you're like, that's bad for you. I know. I know. I know they're not good for me, but they had like 250 milligrams of caffeine in them, which is like a monster's worth or something. It's a proper amount of caffeine, and then like take these caffeine pills and then just become super aware of your state of experience, your awareness of that. It helps. It doesn't. It's not a cure-all. I'm sending you so much love, Christine. You got this. Agreed, the universe has been my best guru, hopefully in this lifetime. But if not, maybe in the next thousand or so. The dude abides. We abide, my friend. Thank you for sharing the space with us. I look forward to seeing you again, the dude of Pala. So do what and then what? So do what and then what? If you do the what, then the what is the then. And if the then is the what, then what is the problem? What? Yes. Long time no see. Hey, K-Star. It's nice to have you here again, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Good luck, Lane. Have a good day. Thank you as well. I just need a full day to recharge, maybe a hike, 15 to 25 miles, and camp in the middle of the mountains. No electronics, just me and nature. Thank you, Nap Queen. You're so sweet. Is that an option for you in the near future, Christine? Right? I mean, if you're saying it, and that's something you want, is it something that you can do? Maybe is there like a friend that you can ask to take care of your kids? Maybe your husband can. Maybe, your parents can. Like hiring a babysitter for an entire weekend is probably going to be expensive as well, and not necessarily something that's easy to do. But I do think you deserve that as well, Christine, if you can, friend. So I'm in the meltdown subreddit. How do I send him memes? There's a place. It's called place for memes. Send the memes. Memes and dreams. I don't know. There's a memes tab on the on the Discord, my friend. You can post it there. Hello, I haven't met you on stream before, but it's nice to meet you. Thank you for saying hi. Northern Lolo, thank you for the silver, my friend. How have you been? I don't know if you're still here. Click on his post. It's a Discord link, and you can post in the Discord once you join. Thank you. Join our Discord. You're welcome, Gloomy. I can't imagine how tiring it must be to be a mom. I'm planning on being a mom in the future too, so my heart goes out to all of the moms out there. Yeah, I feel that as well, and I especially when I think of a mom, the best reference I have obviously is my own mother. And my mom has been an absolute essential part of the person that I've become as well. She's taught me so much, and she shared so much of her personal experience with me, her personal understandings of things, her personal feelings about things, and how she perceives them. And as a result of that, that has really shaped the way that I perceive the world and the way that I perceive myself in the world. Having had my mom is very critical of things and also vocal about them at the same time, and feeling into, sometimes things that are small. So it made me from a very young age very aware of how small actions can have waves in, the perception of love, the perception of understanding, the perception of unity and cooperation with one another. How something very small could completely dismantle our belief in those things, or our personal understanding of them in context of the relationship. It's difficult. It is difficult to take everything into consideration sometimes, but being more aware that there are more things to take into consideration, and then trying to from that place. I know it's a little bit contrived, but all we can do is try. I did it. You did it, first aid. We're happy to have you, friend. Thank you. Likewise. Hugs, Nap Queen. Thank you. It is very tiring, but worth it. I'm sure you'll be a great mom someday. It is the best experience ever. Being able to hold like my son or daughter in my hands and my arms, right? Looking down on this small being, and then watching this little being that has, half my genome within it, and then also gets to have me as an influence in its life, in her life or his life. It feels so wrong to say, but I don't want to gender the baby. Their life, right? In their life. And then as a result of that, how they will turn out as a being. Watching them grow up, watching them form understandings and personal experiences. What a blessed experience that was me. Y'all have a great day. Thank you, K-Star. Hope you have a good one as well, my friend. I feel you gloomy. Time flies and there are only small ones. Good luck. Energy your way. There we go. You're being sent good vibes. I posted the memes. I promenade. Promenade? I have about 300 memes. First aid, like, you can send a few of them, but I'm not going to. Like, I'm being honest with you now. Unless you made all 300 of them, maybe that's what you're trying to say. Then maybe I'll look at them if it was your creations. But if it's just like you're going to like drop your Reddit saved meme folder on us, I'm gonna be like, that's gonna be my exact reaction. No pressure on you to get the book out. I know it will be amazing no matter what. Thank you so much, Christine. I look forward to being able to share it with your friends. That's a bit extra, isn't it? They just kind of like came running up next to me. Ducks. I don't know. I don't understand them. Like, they have such weird behavior sometimes. I've been very well, thank you. How are you? This positivity is very much needed. Thank you for joining us, Magpies. This positivity is exactly why we're doing this, friend. Being able to share it with one another. It helps me so much as well. I'm so happy that it can help you. That's the point. I've been well. I've been doing well, Magpies. I've been feeling a little bit exhausted and like defeated. No, but I still try every day. That's what we're gonna continue to do indefinitely. If I can continue trying every single day, eventually I'll get it done, I believe. Can you do a backflip? I can do a backflip on like a trampoline, not a like still standing backflip, unfortunately. Is it cold outside? It's about 8 degrees Celsius outside. Shrek, yeah, maybe human version of Shrek. I don't have the ears, dude. I also have too much hair to be Shrek. Seems like I'm trying to speedrun getting a Shrek belly again, but I'm still doing fine. Thank you, Christy. Time does fly. I wouldn't change why I'm so exhausted. My baby wanted cuddles until 2 a.m. But I'll be putting off chores today to take a nap. I'm sure that's okay. It'll be okay, Christine. Right, as you said, you got to spend some time with this child. She cuddled up with you until 2 a.m. in the morning. That to her is like literally life-shaping experience. To you, it was a few hours. To her, it was percentages of her existence, you know. Maybe not quite that much, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? In the scope of the things that she's experienced and the scope of things that she's going to consolidate, those things are going to become like the shaping factors of what she's going to become. And that's beautiful, my friend. Thank you for doing that as well. Nap? Did someone say nap? You have to consult the nap queen before attempting to take a nap. Everyone must pay their nap taxes. Oh yes? You got to nap twice today? No, give me half your naps. But my queen, that's not how it works. Damn it, did I ask you to explain things to me? Did I ask you to explain anything? I'm all-knowing. You can't explain anything. I want half your naps right now. Okay, my queen. Look who it is. You have a voice. How did the silence go? It went well, Nomad. Yeah, I do have a voice, and thank you for joining us again, my friend. How have you been since? I feel I've done a lot of searching again, you know, since. My hubs would totally do it. The obstacle I face is that the movers have all of my backpacking gear. Oh. I mean, then it's just a time thing, right, Christine? Then it's just a matter of time until you get to do that. So it's not something that's necessarily a limitation, just something that you are going to have to wait for, right? And that's the same thing with everything, right? There's no being more enlightened than another being when you remove the aspect of time. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So if time wasn't a factor, slash everything happened spontaneously all of the time at the same time, the amount of progress that you gain, let's say in a spiritual way, through the spending of time, devoting time to that spiritual practice, is something that's universal, no matter who gets it. It's just a matter of time, right? Even if it takes you 10 billion lifetimes, you're still gonna get it. It's just a matter of time. That's a trip. Thank you for joining me, Fred. I used to pronounce names, memes as memes. That was fun being corrected in public long ago. Cringe memory. Oh yes, have you seen the new meme? What are you talking about? What are you saying? You have angered the council of the internet. That I'm infamous. It made me giggle. I remember a clip of this woman in court using a meme as evidence and referring to it as a meme. I think you lose some credibility as well, and I feel I lose a little bit of credibility. Like I grew up, especially when I used to 9gag, I used to say GIF, right? And I used to say GIF so many times that it's now like cemented into my brain. When the accepted way of saying it now, like the inventor of GIFs also says GIF, which is a thing in its own, but technically it's like, because of the spelling GIF, if you like add a T, it's gift. So take the T away, GIF. And like that is also one of those things, right? Doesn't matter. I mean, if the understanding translates, I guess it's just a sense of superiority that people try and take because, like, you say meme, actually it's meme. Yes. You buffoon. You monkey. Yeah. People want to be, you are this and I am that. Or other way around. Made me giggle. The woman and I are best friends, but she don't know it. Sweet reply, Mel. Thank you, infamous one. Geese was saying goodbye, Mel. They did. I don't know if you could see them in the background. Probably not on the RPAN stream, but you could probably see it on the YouTube one. Baby snuggles are more important anytime, or almost always. Absolutely, infamous one. You guys have been awesome. I'm going to be lazy and watch a movie with my kiddos. They need and I need some quality time to just be with each other. Everyone enjoy the rest of their day. Thank you so much, Christine. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful one as well. I hope the movie goes well. I hope you can like sneak a little bit of a sleep in while they're watching. If they're gonna allow you to. Mom, you're not watching! You're not watching the movie, Mom! Have a good day. My gloomy. I enjoy some quality family time movie. That's beautiful. Send memes. Some memes are from Reddit. Others are my memes. Okay. What type of memes are you creating, friend? Like, and is there a specific goal in mind? Like, I'm thinking about this one friend that made so many memes. Like, he had a Reddit account of like 4 million karma or something like that, because of the amount of memes he's made and posted and gotten gang upvotes from. And I'm like, so are you gonna do something with that, right? Because technically he is building a skill, making memes, and it's a form of art, I believe. Maybe it's a little bit easier as a form of art, because you basically get assigned templates and then you try and create within that assigned template. But still, the thing I'm questioning though is, how does that translate into something that you can provide as a service? Damn it. Is it something you can provide as a service? I know some companies like meme it up as well a little bit, but hiring someone that knows how to make memes won't necessarily guarantee that they'll know how to make memes for your company or for your product. That's beautiful. I hope the day is calm and lovely. 9gag. Ooh, the memories. Dude. 9gag. Like, I think Reddit was already a thing when I used the 9gag. But 9gag was something I could do on my Blackberry. So we had this service that's called BIS, Blackberry Internet Services in South Africa. And you could... This almost sounds too good to be true. Goodness. Was it? Like, I'm having a hard time believing it myself. No, it's 100% possible. So you went into a 2-year contract where you get a BlackBerry device, a BlackBerry Curve. It was the one of the first little touchpad and a QWERTY keyboard, color screen and a proper camera, aux cable or earphones and a aux port so you could listen to music on it. And it had a play and skip buttons on the top of it, which is also a bonus if you like listening to music. And you paid 100 Rand a month. 100 Rand a month is like $7? $7? Is it $7? Goodness, that sounds like too little amount of money, but yeah, it's like $7-8 a month. Then you get a cell phone, you get this BlackBerry, and you got BIS, which is the BlackBerry Internet Service. So with your SIM card, you got like 100 minutes worth of call time, like 100 SMSs, and then BIS as an internet service. You only had like 2G internet speed, so at max you would get like 300 and like 80 kilobits per second download, which was like, oh, look at the speed, because it was a BlackBerry. And as a result of that, 9gag was like the choice, because it would load these 9 meme channels, right? So you could load a channel. The 380 kilobits per second was kind of sufficient enough to load all of those images, and then you would scroll through them and you would click the next button and it would do that over again. So it didn't have to continuously load or load too much, and then as a result of that make you buffer too long. And I mean, it's like so cheap. And like thinking back to it, the fact that I was allowed a service like that for $7-8 a month, a cell phone with infinite access to the internet. It was also BIS. You couldn't like use your data up. It was just internet access. You just had access to the internet. Because of the bandwidth limitations, people couldn't really abuse it that much. It was like not necessarily something that was feasible to do. Man, our kids are going to have such a trip of a life. The amount of information they'll have access to. I'm thinking back, just the amount of information I had access to and how much research I would do about everything. I refused to believe anything unless I was sure it was fact at that point in my life, because I was like, oh, I'm not sure that's true. I'm going to go and make sure. And I always had access to the internet to do that. Oh, man. We grow up very differently. In these times, we are living in strange times. Self-contained underwater breathing devices aren't pronounced scuba. So that's my argument against Jeff. Scuba. Like scuba. Breathing devices aren't pronounced scuba. So that's my argument against Jeff and the hard G like gift. Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. I mean, you can like kind of shift it, right? You can shift it a little bit. I don't think it matters that much. For me, it's more about the comfort of saying it. And I guess that's what you're talking about as well. Scuba, right? Gif. It's like a... You're like bringing the sound from here. G. With G. It's like a GIF. The amount of travel the word has to go inside of your own being is shorter. Where GIF, it's like a whoa, but GIF is like quick. I think that's maybe the reason we do it as well. I've decided we won't have ads, but memes as ads. I wouldn't be surprised if that's going to be the reality we move into, where you'll just like scroll through your like meme page and you'll be like, why is it this funny thing has this product placement in it? And you're like, damn it, Lays, how dare you? I got bamboozled. I say GF2, and I won't say it any other way. I pronounce it GF2. Don't judge. I'm so like, oh, shoo. I didn't find an angry mob with pitchforks and fire torches at the bottom of the comment section. I'm happy you friends feel that way as well. Thank you for the vibe, and you were the best, Mel. Hazen Noah, it's been a while. Thank you, friend. Sorry, I thought I messaged you back, but I guess I didn't cause of anxiety. I apologize. Don't apologize at all, Noah. Like, really, for me, so, okay. How do I say this? After I say something, send a message in a loving way, I kind of accept that it is done, right? In a way. So, if you haven't replied to me, it was not something I was attached to, and like I'm now only becoming aware of it. So don't apologize for anything. You are loved, friend, infinitely. Data, or data. So because I'm Afrikaans, we say data. That is just like the way we say it. So for that reason, I'm more likely to say data. But data is how I would actually say it in English. If I was going to, be in an English conversation, like, can I have some of that data? Data. Probably data for me in English. But we do say data in Afrikaans. Location, South Africa, my friend. Also, Noah, feel free to comment whatever you want. We promise we won't bite, absolutely. Data for me. There we go. Now Queen has put her 2 cents in. When I was a kid, I did lots of research too. Actually, interestingly enough, Toasty, like man, this is an awkward thing to talk about. Like at that point in my life, was still very much conservative, and I did some research as well about pornography, and like, okay, so man, now I want to share even more. It's a weird topic to share about, and I'm sorry if it's not something you're comfortable with, but we don't shy away from things here. So I'm thinking very specifically about this time when, like, in high school, like this was basically grade 8, where kids would send things to each other, and I got sent this link that was pornographic in nature by a girl, and it was more like this gag sort of thing, but it was still, pornographic in nature. And it was something that I, disdained slash moved away from. I was like, this is not something that I want to be doing with my time, especially since I was very aware of my permanent access to the internet. It wasn't something that I felt was okay for me to be doing, because if I started doing it, it would be like opening this, box into infinity, and I would continue to do that. So as a result, I didn't actually do that. What I did, however, do, and it's almost for me like a workaround, is I would read dirty jokes. So I was still doing the same thing technically, but I wasn't looking at pornographic images specifically. I was more reading like dirty jokes and stuff like that, like on like a Facebook group, actually, where this Facebook group would just have, like layers upon layers upon layers upon pages of like community generated like dirty jokes. And my mom actually found out about that, and she forbid me from doing that. And I continue to do that because I felt that was the alternative. But yeah, I think I'm happy that I didn't get caught in that trap at that age in my life. I'm not saying it's something I'm completely, free from, if you can say that. But it's not something I feel I have any problems with, right? Like when you're compulsive about something, or when you're doing something just for the sake of doing it as well, I think that's when there's a problem. But being able to know that even if you don't have access to those things, it'll still be okay. Like, just like for an example, going back to China, like you would not have access to the internet. Like the longest I went was like 42 days. So no access to the internet for 42 days. If you're addicted to something, like that is not something that is acceptable to you, right? But it wasn't something that bothered me. It wasn't something that I even thought about until now, when I tried to like pull some sort of reference. Yeah, I don't know. Right? It's weird. Human beings, sexuality, our attraction to it. I understand that it is something that is biological in nature as well. And as a result of that, it's something that, releases chemicals in our brains. But again, if you're pressing a button over and over again to the point where, the pressing of the button, it doesn't work that great anymore, and now you're like getting into more and more contrived ways of pressing this button, that's where it becomes a problem. You mean homework, right? Hope you're doing well today. Gotta go, but I wanted to say love you, Melt and family. Thank you, Kira. Thank you for joining us even for a second, my friend. We love you as well. So far, so good. I hope your day is well too. It's fail. It's the fail. It's feels fail, Woefters. No, it's human. I agree. Oh, it's absolutely human, my friend. I'm not trying to, demonize it in its own. I'm just trying to become at least aware in my own processing of that as well. Because, like, I became aware very later in my life that there are people that, just consume pornographic content for the sake of, consuming pornographic content. Like, oh, I'm just going to, go on my internet and then go and watch porn for an extended period of time, and I'm gonna stop and then go about doing other things in my life. Like I was like, what? Why people do that? Like I genuinely did not even understand it or believe it at first. But that is what an addiction is, right? And I don't know. Like I'm not saying it's something that's wrong in its own, because it's still an experience. But I'm not sure if it's something that serves you. That's what I'm trying to become aware of. Do things that serve you, not things that steal from you. No, I agree. Feel free to share, Mel. Thank you so much, Nap Queen. Fell back asleep this morning. No problem, Edmund. You tuned in, like basically as we're tuning out. But it was so nice to have you in for a second as well, my friend. You had lust in your heart, Mel. Sinner. Oh yes, I definitely did. And the thing is as well, Toasty. Like I definitely had the understanding of that / feelings towards that because I grew up in a very conservative household, and like I always knew about these things, but I became aware of the potential dangers of them earlier in life than I think kids are usually expected to become aware of the dangers of these things, because so many times, like especially in these days and ages, like we have access to these things at such a young age, and if it's not something that's understood properly, or the actual mechanics of it, on a biological level that's behind it, it can become something that's very destructive, because I believe it's a falling into your nature without an awareness of what that nature is or why you're falling into that nature. Dum. You had lust in your heart, sinner. I mean, a sinner, dude. It's hilarious to me as well, because I think about, if like a being, like we think of God as like this singleized, individualized like entity, that is external. But I think of it more as, that we are all a part of it and one with that, as as patterns on a tapestry. As our hairs grow out of our bodies, as we think of our hands as a part of ourselves as now, right? As our brains are a part of our minds, and our minds are a part of consciousness, and our consciousness are part of that godness. So there's no separation in any of it. And to think of, things as sinning, like I do think there are vibrational exercises that are more beneficial or less beneficial to your, personal development. It's fail. It's to fail. You're gonna eat my fingers now, huh? No, you failed. Like, I'm sorry, but you're dirty. No, no. Don't abuse me because you can't keep yourself clean. I'm spickerish. I'm spickerish. I showered as well, even. I'm being terrorized. Send help. So, would you say that you're somewhere under the asexual spectrum, Mel? I think so, actually. Ni may pashmina ni. I actually do think so in a little way, Nab Queen. But it's, again, it's not something I necessarily want to just identify with. Like, I do experience sexuality, and when it comes to sexuality, I'm very passionate about it, but it has to be like in the asexual way, something about the person as well for me, right? Like there should be a reason behind the action. It shouldn't be like, oh, I'm a man, I need this thing fulfilled. That's the reason I'm doing it alone. If you're like, I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that either, but I don't think that's the only way to do it. At least it's not my way I want to do it. You fail. You're too dirty. You're just too dirty. You're too dirty. It's not that I don't love you. I love you a lot. Like if I could just slip my fingers and clean you up, then I would, let you get up here. But like this blanket is clean as well. Oh, I'm just playing. I know you're just playing. Like I'm not feeling like, oh no, Toasty is being judgmental of me. No, absolutely not. I don't believe lust is wrong. Lust is simply a human experience that can become a dependency like anything else. There we go. Absolutely. And it's when it becomes a dependency that it becomes unhealthy. Because when anything becomes a dependency, if you need to rely on anything other than your beingness, Kiki, it's no stout. Kiki, nia, Kiki, nia. If it, yeah, like it's not you, right? It becomes again something you identify with. A dependency is like, oh, I'm so identified with this thing that I can't continue being without it. But you can continue being even without continue to being in this realm of existence, right? You continue to be always and forever. I giggled when you said sinner. Kiki, I love her so much as well. I'm talking about you. Yeah, I'm talking about you, but you're dirty. You're a dirty monster. You're dirty, like still. No, you're too dirty. Like look. You're too dirty. You're too dirty. Why? That's why. That's why. It's because you're dirty. It's because you're dirty. It's not because I don't want you to be ugly. It's fail. It's fail, Kiki. It's fail. Oh, it's fail, Savus. It's fail. It's fail means you're dirty in Afrikaans. Oh, sorry, Savus. I love her so. Do you listen to Akabaka? I don't know who Akabaka is, but I can't say I do. Turtle Man, we must see her tuxedo again. The tuxedo is probably going to be, outgrown within the next few days. She's been growing at like a rapid pace as of late. Oh man, I always love the stream. It's wild. Like this is the only understanding. This is my only understanding of foreign places. Thank you for joining us again, Swiss cheese. I mean, if I can, provide that for you, foreign experience, if you will, that sounds like a blessed way to live my life as well. Love to you, friend. Come dirty with me, Dad. You see, like I have white linen as well. That's the other thing. So I want to keep my white linen white, preferably. She wants to share the dust. Oh yes, yes she does. She's now licking my hands. I've like washed my hands with water now, and now she's just like licking the water off my hands, and I'm kind of okay with it because she's not trying to get on me right now. just came in. What are you talking about? A little bit about everything, my friend, all of the time. Pretty much. Whatever comes up in the conversation, in the chats, is what we choose to talk about. And we co-create in that way. So it depends on when you're tuning in, what you're tuning into, and what you choose to help tune us into, if you will, that we talk about here, friend. It's so cute. She will never get discouraged. Yeah, I mean, like, she knows as well that there is just love for her, that we have nothing but this acceptance of her and understanding for her. So as a result of that, she gets to have some freedoms. No, Kiki. I don't want the water to flow into the cushion. Okay, friends, I think Kikia has decided for us that our stream has concluded. I am going to read your comments though. Oh, so cute. She never discouraged. Yeah, she doesn't get discouraged, man. By nothing. Can you see her right now? She's walking underneath my legs. Yep, Kiki knows that she's gadgets you want to mention. Why does it autocorrect to Napoleon? Maybe Napoleon is closest. It's like NA, and then there's a P, and then there's, a few letters and then an N. So it's easy to autocorrect to Napoleon. Where are you from? From South Africa. Uninstall the tail. Yeah, unfortunately, she does have a little short tail. That wasn't our choice. We got her like this. It's also not something we necessarily approve of. Thank you, Swiss cheese. I guess I'm a Napoleon of sorts, but lazy female and not bloodthirsty. A little bit of everything, all of the time. Oh yes. That song has been like really going in my head. Thanks, Kiki. Love to you. Kiki doesn't identify as being a white-haired. She feels that inside. Charles, that's perfect, dude. Like, she hasn't been like properly just like white and brown. She's always been like a shade of brown and brown. Goodbye, Pine. Thank you for being here with us, my friends. I'll see you again tomorrow, everyone. Love and light to you.